Welcome to your weekly security and safety tonic. On this program, Security Watch Africa, every week we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. And it's only on this station, the Africa Independent Television, window to Africa. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Today, it's a loaded edition of the program because during the week, you recall that we have a new Inspector General of Police for the Nigerian Police Force, in the person of now acting IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu. He's a man that is prepared for this time. Really, he has served, represented Nigeria in the international community for so many years, Assistant Director Interpol to becoming the Vice President Interpol. Really is an all-rounder. He was Director Peacekeeping Operations in Nigeria, the Nigerian Police Force Headquarters. He has been everything that he needed to be, a man who has been tested and tried, a crime buster. So we're happy that at this time, when Nigeria needs a direction for the police force, that a man of his caliber is taking over. During the program, we'll bring you a report of his taking over office. His predecessor, IGP Ibrahim Idris, tried his best, and someone has come in to do much, much better. Some have asked, hope he will fit into the shoe, but I tell you that IGP Adamu has come with a fitted shoe that will make policing in Nigeria much, much better to the aspirations of Nigeria. From Security Watch Africa, we say welcome, IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu. You are part of Security Watch Africa family. You have always been, and we are happy that one of us is the heads of the affair of the Nigerian Police Force. So now, during the week also, there were a lot of activities, but something that is of interest. Sadly, there was a terror attack in Kenya, where lives were lost in a high-pro hotel. But the interest, for our interest here, it's following our program last week. Last week, we brought you a report of Nigerians speaking their mind of what they expect from our media. You can see the headline in Kenya was that Kenya unbowed. None of them ridiculed the security architecture of the country. None of them spoke badly of the military or the police. They believe that it's this attack against the country, and everybody must put hands together to ensure that these hoodlums, these insurgents and terrorists do not defeat the country. Because if any part of the country is affected, then the whole country is affected. So I believe that Nigerian media could draw some kind of understanding to be able to encourage unity in the fight against terrorism from what we're seeing in Kenya and other countries. There's no need deriding our armed forces or our police. They are doing their best. They can do better, quite all right, but that is with your support and my support, and that is what we here in Security Watch Africa and that communication is doing to encourage our armed forces. Yes, during the week also, just a few days ago, there was a news about this has been going on in the country, and some people have asked us a lot of questions. Is it true that people now steal female pints for ritual purposes and sell them? Yes, Anambra State Police Command made a very big breakthrough in that regard, arrested that young man who was caught stealing pints for sale, and he confessed to the police that he used to sell those pints for each of them at 80,000 naira. We must say kudos to the Anambra State Police Command for doing a yeoman's job. I was online with the public relations officer of the state, my friend SP Haruna, and he spoke that the police command would do everything possible to ensure that evil ones do not reign in Anambra State, and that is what is expected. But to our program today, really, I must say that we're happy to tell you that preparation for the 2019 general election is heated up, and security agencies are dotting the I's and crossing the T's to ensure that everything that needs to be done is done properly. One of that agency is the Nigerian Army that recently launched Operation Python Dance all over the Federation to ensure that there is peace for the election to hold, and also that the nation experiences peace. So sit back as we bring you this report on the flag off of Operation Python Dance in Lagos State.
As part of ensuring maximum security of lives and properties of Nigerians in 2019, and especially to ward off troublemakers who may want to disrupt the electioneering process for the coming 2019 general elections, the Nigerian Army, under the leadership of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukusu Buratai, commenced with Operation Python Dance 3. General Buratai, while flagging off Operation Python Dance 3 in Lagos State, reiterated the determination of the Nigerian Army to ensure Nigerians exercise their civic responsibility during the elections without any form of fear.
I'm highly delighted to be here today for the flag off of Exercise Egoike III in 82 Division Area of Responsibility. This is another historic and important event geared towards reassuring law-abiding citizens and Nigerians in general of the resolve of the Nigerian Army and indeed all other security agencies to provide adequate security and safety even as the nation approaches the general elections of this year. This significant event is also a reassurance of the resolve of the Nigerian Army to conduct joint operations in collaboration with other security and paramilitary agencies in aid to civil authority. The objective is to reinvigorate all existing operations in the country with additional manpower, equipment and resources to address the lingering security problems in the country.
He warned that Operation Python Dance 3 is designed to swallow up all forms of unrest and challenges that want to disturb the peace of the country before, during, and after the elections.
I am to assure Nigerians that at the end of the exercise, which is also conducted simultaneously by other divisions of the Nigerian Army, the Python must have swallowed all bandits, rustlers, terrorists, kidnappers, robbers, and militants within the country. The Python will also swallow thugs and other miscreants that may raise their heads to disturb the peace in the country. Finally, it is also meant to address the issue of fake news and unpatriotic elements that are impeding military operations and demoralizing forces at the expense of national security. The exercise is a realistic training package in internal security operations, clearance operations, emergency management, rescue operations, roadblocks, cordon and search, as well as anti-kidnapping and anti-cultism. It is necessary to draw attention of well-meaning Nigerians that while reporting issues of defense and security, they must have at the back of their minds the importance of national security. Just as mentioned earlier, defense and national security is not an all-comers affair. No one is permitted to divulge any information that is injurious to national security. This is, of course, contained in the Official Secrets Act. I enjoin Nigerians to be mindful of the fact that this is the only country that we have, and all efforts should be focused to save it from the claws of unpatriotic elements fighting to pull the country down.
The Nigerian Army helmsman, however, solicited the support of other security agencies, saying the Nigerian Army cannot do it alone.
Interagency cooperation and collaboration is quite fundamental for our collective security efforts to ensure our country is safe and secure for development to take place. I know very well there have been instances where we have some minor clashes among the security agencies. This is an avenue for us to work together to understand each other and to avoid any crisis or clash amongst ourselves. We all have one aim, that is to provide needed security, law and order in our country. So I urge you to work together in order to achieve this very desired national objective.
With all these security measures in place and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) carrying out the responsibilities, the 2019 general elections is expected to be successful. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. That was a report on the flag off of Operation Python Dance, good name Operation Egweke, and if you are an Igbo speaking person, you understand what it means. That is Python, and just like the Chief of Army Staff just said, by the time the exercise is finished, the Python must have swallowed up all the evil ones in our society, and we believe that. And all those who are planning to foment trouble, the Python is there and it will swallow every one of you. So it's better to follow the path of law and remain law-abiding. Yes, we'll bring you the report on the inauguration. So some people have called it inauguration, some have called it assumption of office, and the handing and taking over ceremony of that took place at the force headquarters between the outgone Inspector General of Police and the incoming, that's the 19th to the 20th Indigenous Inspector General of Police. Security Watch Africa was there and will bring this report to you.
That was the official change of baton from the 19th Indigenous Inspector General of Police to the 20th Indigenous Inspector General of Police amidst cheers from those present at the ceremony. President Muhammadu Buhari had earlier appointed a new acting Inspector General of Police with the decoration of AIG Abubakar Mohammed Adamu as the new IGP at the presidential villa. Following the retirement of the former IGP Ibrahim Idris upon attainment of 60 years of age on 15 January 2019 as contained in the Civil Service Rule. The appointment of the new acting IGP has finally put to rest the various protests for and against the tenure extension of the outgone Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris. In his farewell address, the former IGP Ibrahim Idris thanked officers and men of the Nigerian police force for their support while he was the helmsman of the force.
I'm here to hand over the baton of leadership to my colleague and friend, who is going to take over as the 20th Inspector General of Police for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We've tried our best during my time. And during that period, you've given me your maximum support. I want to thank every police officer from the last rank of constable to the highest rank of the Deputy Inspector General of Police.
The new acting IGP, Abubakar Mohammed Adamu, while making his maiden address, assured officers and men of the Nigerian police force, and indeed all Nigerians, that he intends to restore the dwelling primacy of the Nigerian police force and also to ensure adequate security for the 2019 general elections.
It remains a fact that the force is blessed with some of the finest officers anywhere in the world that are not only intellectually gifted and exceptionally dedicated, but professionally sound enough to surmount these tasks if the right leadership is provided. Amongst you seated in this hall today are some of such thoroughbred and passionate professionals who can hold their own among their peers and have consistently distinguished themselves in complex national and international engagements. All that you deserve from my experience, is a transparent, responsive, motivational, accountable, and knowledgeable leadership, which will not only treat you with dignity you deserve in your line of duty, but also who is sensitive to your welfare needs and fair in the manner your promotion and other reward regimes are addressed. The absence of this level of leadership has always been the missing link in policing in Nigeria. It is my firm conviction, therefore, that if the quality personnel potentials of the force are blended with purposeful and motivational leadership at strategic level within the organizational hierarchy of the force, the lost glory of the Nigeria police, which remains a concern to government at all levels, to also citizens and human rights groups, the international community, and indeed well-meaning officers and men of the force will be restored. I assure you on this day that I will provide the highest possible level of professional and responsible leadership for you, while trusting that you shall march hand in hand with me as defendable, professional colleagues to advance the fortunes of the force. I demand that you henceforth resolve to abstain from conduct that will drag the police into disrepute and put your career in jeopardy. And join me in the common cause of changing the narratives of policing in the country for good. In giving effect to this, in the coming days, I shall unfold before you and the nation the strategic focus of my leadership.
Acting IGP Adamu, however, warned politicians to play by the rules, as the police force will not hesitate to deal decisively with any troublemaker.
I must sound a note of warning that as a nation, we have had enough of electoral violence. Hence, while the Nigeria police under my watch shall work with the Independent National Electoral Commission and sister security agencies in guaranteeing a peaceful and secure space for all political parties and the citizens to freely exercise their electoral rights, we shall not hesitate to identify, isolate, and bring to deserved justice any person or groups that attempt to threaten our sacred democratic order. The unrepentant felons that may want to put our common will to test, the message is being relayed here, loud and clear. That in securing the law-abiding citizens during the elections, we shall not hesitate to deploy our potent assets to deal firmly and decisively with electoral deviants. Consequently, I call on all political actors to assist the police and other law enforcement agencies in sustaining the gains recorded in our democratic journey. They should always remember that politics is a game guided by rules, and it behoves them to play the game within the dictates of such rules. On our part, we assure the nation of our determination to play our own role fairly but firmly towards guaranteeing a peaceful electoral process and a credible outcome.
The ceremony was attended by principal staff officers of the police force, senior police officers, serving and retired, and other important dignitaries. Security Watch Africa, at the end of the ceremony, spoke with some dignitaries who commended the choice of the new IGP by President Muhammadu Buhari and admonished the acting IGP Adamu to use his wealth of experience to take the force to the next level.
He himself has identified his goals, and the immediate objective for him should be ensuring that the electoral process that it's on now is made very smooth. He has to go out and re-establish the confidence of the people in the police. A lot has been done in the past. He needs to do more to re-establish that confidence. And immediately he should set up immediately a team that will take care of the process of electioneering and establish that confidence in the public that, yes, this is a rebranded new policeman under his leadership. Also, he has also said that he has an excellent workforce. Yes, but he needs to re-establish and improve their morale. He should look into the issue of unbalanced promotion. It had caused a lot of disaffection in the police, and I believe if he sets forth taking care of this, he will improve the morale of the police. And believe you me, I know Adamu, we work together in Interpol, and he has what it takes to take this force to the next level. I'm sure he will provide that leadership.
You stayed, you last was where Adamu was. Would you say that that office can prepare him for the task ahead?
Of course, that's not in doubt, Patrick. Mukuru is a ground where you prepare people with great minds. And having the IGP came in as a participant when I was a directing staff. And it was based on his performance that he was sent back to Kuru to go and impact on the other participants his wealth of knowledge. And I think so good, so far so good. It is well, it is all that started well that ends well. I think if there's anybody that's very happy today, it should be myself, because that institution, that institute, before now is seen as a ground where Inspector Generals of Police that don't like your face will send you there to go and teach. But today, I think something good has come out of that decision, and I'm grateful to God for that.
Yes, sir. Let me still take you on this, sir. The retired DIG had pointed out that first, the election is around the corner, and the welfare of the officers should be taken. But you are somebody who knows the acting IG very well, and you have been a veteran of so many elections. What changes do you think he should immediately take in this Nigerian police force to make it better?
No, of course, I know the idea has said it all about that. Well, the only thing one need to add is that I think the president should be praised for picking an officer of that caliber to head the police at this critical time. Again, I think the composition of the board of our Police Service Commission is another very good thing that the president has done to the police. Today, if you have somebody like Adamu and the retired IG Smith as the chairman of Police Service Commission, all other things that people have been talking about lack of morale and so on and so forth, but once you get the officers on high morale, there is nothing you can direct them to do that they won't do. So I think the IGP came in at a very critical time, and I am sure, unlike what used to happen before, because of course you know, Patrick, that you cannot pick from vacuum. It's not possible to pick from vacuum. But this is something today that have content, so Nigeria should expect what is contained in that.
Welcome back. You had the detailed report on the taking over of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, and the comment by the retired officers who knows how it is to run the police. Yes, we say welcome again to the IGP Adamu to the saddle, and wish him well as he pilot the Nigerian police force and provide security for Nigeria. Yes, as part of our new discoveries of technology and security, and at this time where we need to be able to use technology as a way of providing security in Nigeria, Security Watch Africa brings you a report, an introduction of a product, brain fingerprint, being introduced by a friend of Security Watch Africa, KG Oladapo, and his company, Finet. Sit back as we bring you a brief explanation about what brain fingerprint is about.
Helmet. Once you put it on your head, it extracts. If there's anything that is stored in your memory, you know, there are things even you can no longer remember. All information stored in your brain can be extracted. You know, using the what we call brainwave. They said every human being possesses that. something like that. So once you put it on, once you put the stuff on your system, it extracts information and is rolling. There's a PC that is connected to that and it's rolling. So if there are sort of captured insurgents, for instance, you want to know what they know, which group they belong to, whether they participated in any operation you are investigating, or any form of criminality. It's so easy to see all of that. You know, if the person has seen that operation, if I want to know that, if you want to know whether I have seen you before, all you need to do is put that in on my head. You know, and this is emphasis. And in fact, it's major. Under split seconds, everything is extracted and is processed. You know, so CIA currently uses it. FBI.
To identify the guilt.
So if you pack people, those who are not involved in anything, they are clean.
Welcome back. Subsequent edition of this program will bring you details about this product, which is what we need at this time, because as some of the insurgents are being arrested, terrorists are being arrested, and there's investigation taking place, there's need to use this item to be able to find out those who the level of guilt of each of them, and also even normal police investigation when there's a raid that is carried out and you want to find out what somebody have done, then this product is what you need. Or also, even for staff auditing, you also would need this. So the subsequent edition of the program will be talking more about it, because it's a product that we need at this time, so that to take away the cruel method, the cruel and brutal method of investigation that we have here in this country. And that is very, very important. On that note, we'll say thank you for staying tuned to us for this program, Security Watch Africa, for this week. Next week, we'll bring you another exciting edition of this program. But next week, we should be getting you more detail about the plans and the programs of the new Inspector General of Police, so that you get to understand what he has for Nigerians. Until next week, when we come in again, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.